Hello everyone, it's Jason here and welcome back to Minecraft. Today we're going to be checking out my brand new maze. We're going to be running through it as I discuss a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Now, you guys probably know by now I'm a tad obsessed with cartoons. Yep, Cartoon Network, the Disney Channel, they're both they're both my most frequently visited channels. However, there's one non-Disney, non-Cartoon Network show that really stands out to me. It's a real personal favourite of mine. Here's my maze. It's amazing. I'm funny. Just gonna run through it. No any particular order. If I go the right way, I might. I'll just run through it. So yeah. One cartoon would be the Animaniacs. The Adventures of Yakko, Wakko, and Dot. Now, at first glance, it seems like a fairly innocent children's cartoon. I mean, it's produced by Steven Spielberg. He wouldn't do anything inappropriate in it, would he? No, of course he wouldn't. No, he would never put any inappropriate jokes in it. Oh wait, he did. Yeah, a ton of times. My favourite one would be the conjugating of the vowels. Young man, can you conjugate? Me? I've never even kissed a girl. No, you don't understand. Can you conjugate with me? Good night, everybody. No, it's easy. Look, I'll show you. Don't look. That's just such wit. I know innuendos are often seen as, sloppy excuses for jokes, but really, when they're delivered so well, no one can argue that there's a certain class to it, I think Animaniacs probably even holds South Park to some shame, and that's a cartoon I've been trying really hard to get into. The only thing that's prevented me from really hardcore getting into South Park is, well, two things. Eric Cartman, I think I've said enough there. What am I doing with my life? I'm cheating on my maze. Ugh. I'm cheating. I'm a bastard. But anyways, another thing is the crappy animation. South Park really doesn't hold much of a candle. South Park doesn't really hold much of a candle to the animation style of the Animaniacs, despite the fact that they were both aired around the same time. I believe South Park started around 1996, whilst Animaniacs first aired, I want to say in around the 1990s, maybe even earlier, like the early 1990s/1980s. Why do I keep cheating? I keep cheating! I'm a cheater! What am I doing with my life? Forgive me for my Scottish impressions. I think not only is Animaniacs pretty well animated, considering the times, but also it's got quite a lot of character as far as cartoons go. A lot of meta jokes about the writing team, and it's jokes that I really appreciate. There's quite a lot of meta jokes in Wonder Over Yonder and Gravity Falls, which are two other cartoons I really enjoy. I keep cheating, I'm sorry guys. I'm always cheating. I keep scoring while your back is turned. That's a reference from The Simpsons. And with maximum cheating effort, I get through. Damn, I feel horrible. Well, one thing that will make me feel better is talking about Animaniacs. Now, Animaniacs is probably one of those cartoons that will stand the test of time. Even if not a lot of people will talk about them these days, it's always one of those cartoons that I'll remember, because I used to watch them while they still aired in the early 2000s. If anyone remembers that, that was the time when everyone thought the computer systems were going to overload because of the new millennium. Now, I can successfully stand here and say, yeah, no, that didn't happen. One other thing I must say is not only are the political and meta commentaries in Animaniacs particularly good, but also some of the simplistic humour. You know, it's just very clever how they can make a joke out of almost nothing, and it just shows some of the wit behind the writers' minds. When this is what happens when the writing team isn't constricted at all. Now, one thing to note is the fact that Steven Spielberg, believe it or not, is still kicking at the time of this video. So, is there a possibility that, and I'm tipping the boat out a bit here, could we possibly get a Animaniacs sequel series, like a continuation, not a remix, not a remake of any kind, and definitely not like the new Garfield show. No, that was bad. Almost as bad as the Inspector Gadget show. I lean more in hatred towards the Inspector Gadget show because of what it did to one of my favourite cartoons. I liked Inspector Gadget growing up as well. And the newer cartoons just seem like a bowl of hot shit, really. The animation style is that weird sort of pug fugly CG. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but you guys, if you've seen it, you know what I mean. If you haven't, don't bother checking it out. There is some sort of hope that if they got Spielberg behind the project, they could really revitalise the series. The reason why I think that is because there's so much potential for Animaniacs to thrive in any situation. I don't know a single cartoon broadcasting channel that wouldn't want the Animaniacs on air, on their air waves, on their channel. You know, you see big CEOs go turn down Spielberg. Nah, not really. A big TV executive is probably not going to turn down Steven Spielberg. And let's face it, Animaniacs was hilarious, as for the aforementioned reasons. Now, here's the part that I need to address. What if they mess it up? I mean, Steven Spielberg is a legendary director. He made some of the best movies ever to date. I believe he worked on Jaws, Jurassic Park, movies that have gone down in history and stood the test of time. Movies that have really shaped many a childhood. And honestly, I don't have much doubt in him, but what if the team screws it up, you know? It's more than a one-man job, for sure. And that leads me to a very frightening possibility. Screwing up yet another cartoon. They did it with the Garfield Show, Inspector Gadget, Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans. The list goes on, guys. I wouldn't want to see that happen to what was a really good show back in the 90s. I just really wouldn't want to see that. I don't think many other people I know would want to see that either. Sorry, I lost track of thought. I was caught up in my amazing construction. Kill me. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I lost track of my thoughts again. So, when discussing making a sequel to the series, we have to discuss animation. Now, I would personally be happy if they just kept the old animation style, if not a little despondent. They don't really need to change anything apart from that. Maybe just update it, make it a bit brighter, a bit more modern. But, not Teen Titans Go colourful. If you guys have seen Teen Titans Go and know what I'm talking about, you can understand where I'm coming from. Also, new political references. Donald Trump is President of the United States. Hillary Clinton is still alive. And, well, hipsters. Yeah, I think I got plenty to talk about. Now, here's the real kicker for me. If they brought it back, which channel would take on the Animaniacs? I can't really answer this question because I'm not sure who originally broadcasted them. Because they belong to Warner Brothers and well, technically, even the second names of all the main three characters were Warner. I think the Warner Bros. Might have to either start their own channel, which I really can't see, or maybe turn to another good broadcasting channel. Here's some ideas. Cartoon Network, they've produced many good cartoons over the years, but also have an annoying knack for ending shows that could go on, even if it's cancellation due to third-party correspondence. But then there's the argument that they're also that the style is very modern and not really like the Animaniacs. There's the Disney Channel, but Disney can be very picky about copyrights. I mean, they could buy Warner Brothers and the Animaniacs, but I really don't see that happening. No, big company takeover like that, I don't see. I could be wrong, because it could be happening at this very moment as you're watching this video. This just in! Warner Brothers has been bought by Disney. I'd be just like, oh shit. But yeah, if Disney did that, then I honestly wouldn't blame them. Just keep the original crew and don't mess things up, and then they've got my support. But if they messed up the Animaniacs, I would hunt them down to their death. But I don't think so. Disney have done an okay job of revitalizing Star Wars. I say okay because some of the newer Star Wars movies I'm not sure about. But Rogue One was really good. And, The Force Awakens was much better than the sequel series. I mean, the prequel series. I think we can all agree on that, though. Watching paint dry would be better than some of the episodes 1 and 2. Am I right, lads, or am I right, lads? Now, there is one other option, and I'm going to regret saying this. I despise this channel with a passion. I hate them for cancelling Bunnicula. I hate them for shamelessly recycling old cartoons. I hate them because they are unoriginal and really cheap. Really pandering to a younger audience. But Boomerang might just be able to pull it off. Oh, I've just remembered though. I think it was Fox that originally broadcasted the Animaniacs. Maybe Fox could take it back, but Fox has a bit of a negative reputation. I don't think I'd trust them with such a good cartoon. Now, home. Now, I really wouldn't want them to, touch that, but Boomerang have a history with that specialised style of cartoon. Looney Tunes, Bunnicula, maybe the style Bunnicula, the Animaniacs could look quite good. Like, it's quite bright, yeah, it can be quite dark as well. Oh, shit. There we go. Just give an overview of the maze. But yeah, I really believe that Boomerang could be a good suitor for the Animaniacs because they have experience with that kind of cartoon. They have broadcast cartoons like that. If you wanted to go and see 1950s style cartoons, there's no place to go better than Boomerang. I'm not going to promise you're going to be entertained because, as I've said, Boomerang do a lot of shitty things. They've recycled the shit out of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry. But that brings me to a new point. How about recycling the Animaniacs? Because if we think about it this way, right, the Animaniacs wouldn't be taken on by many other big channels unless Spielberg was behind the project. However, Boomerang might just do that. They like taking old cartoons and re-shelling out episodes, even making newer ones, even if they're not as good, like the Garfield show, or perhaps the newer Looney Tunes. But hey, that's just what happens. Sorry, I'm not good with words. Blech. I'm just gonna chop down some of these trees. They're really bugging me for some reason. Where they're formed. One other reason I think Boomerang might be good, as for revitalising the series, is because they don't tend to take their cartoons very seriously. They just tend to let third parties do all the work, and I think that could be good if the third party is none other than Steven frickin' Spielberg. I really am blowing his trumpet. That sounds wrong, but I really am singing his praises today. But I think we can all agree Spielberg's produced some good movies and cartoons before. If they did the Animaniacs, I would also like to see the return of Pinky and the Brain. And if you've seen Pinky and the Brain or even heard the theme tune, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm flipping talking about. Pinky and the Brain is honestly one of my favourite shows ever. Even if it's just like an 8-minute long skit about mice trying to take over the world, it's still entertaining as heck. It's still... I made all that jump without looking at it. Oh my god, someone get my mother on the phone. Let's see if we can do it again. If we got Pinky and the Brain back, just imagine what that would do for cartoons of the modern era. I think a lot of other channels have to step up their game. I mean, obviously, they might not have to really step up their game because, let's face it, if Cartoon Network saw that, say, Boomerang were doing a new revitalization of an old series, they'd probably just be like, oh yeah, Boomerang's just doing their thing. Everyone get back to work. But you know what? I really can't say that the Animaniacs would completely save Boomerang. It would just be like a secondary crutch, along with the old Looney Tunes episodes. But hey, maybe Boomerang will pull its fingers out of its ass one day and do something with itself. Until then, I've been Jason Paul McDermott. This has been a little mini podcast on why they should not do an Animaniacs sequel. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, I've been Jason, and you've been